Welcome to the wild world of Hollywood, where talent isn't always enough. Sometimes a little nip and tuck is the real star of the show. But what happens when a quest for perfection turns into a career catastrophe? Some of the biggest black celebrities in the industry went under the knife, hoping for a glow-up. And instead, they got a no-show at the box office. Who made the biggest transformation mistakes, and what went so terribly wrong? Buckle up, because these before and after shots will leave you speechless. If you're new here, don't just lurk, get ready, because things are about to get unrecognizably interesting. When it comes to hip-hop royalty, Lil' Kim is the queen bee, bold, fearless, and always ahead of the curve. But while her music dominated the charts, her evolving look has sparked just as much conversation. From her early days spitting fire alongside Biggie Smalls to becoming a living, breathing Met Gala moment, Kim has never been afraid to experiment. The only thing more unpredictable than her fashion? Her ever-changing face. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, or should we say, the new nose. Lil' Kim has been open about her multiple nose jobs, leading to a transformation so dramatic that even her biggest fans have had to do a double take. And we're not just talking about a subtle tweak. Her facial features have shifted more than a DJ scratching vinyl. But the most talked about change? Her noticeably lighter complexion, which has fueled debates about colorism, beauty standards, and the pressures on black women in the industry. And let's not forget the body. Reports suggest that Kim has had breast implants, liposuction, and curves enhanced to the max. Some say she's redefining beauty on her own terms. Others argue she's fallen victim to the industry's impossible standards. Either way, Lil' Kim remains unapologetically herself, a trailblazer who refuses to play by the rules. Love it or question it, she's still making headlines, proving that in hip-hop, reinvention is just another part of the game. Kanye West, musical genius, fashion icon, professional headline generator. The man doesn't just drop albums, he drops bombshells. And lately, the buzz isn't about his beats or billion-dollar Yeezy empire, it's about his face. Fans have been side-eyeing his sharper jawline, smoother skin, and a nose that looks a little refined. Did Ye hit the clinic for a little tune-up, or are we all just seeing things? The Kanye we met on The College Dropout had a raw, unfiltered energy, both in music and appearance. Fast forward to today, and he's looking noticeably different. Nose job, fillers, jaw sculpting, who knows? But one thing's for sure. His transformation has fans scratching their heads. Is this about self-esteem, a new Hollywood aesthetic, or just another chapter in the ever-evolving saga of Kanye West? Whatever the case, Ye remains an enigma wrapped in designer fabric. One day he's reinventing music, the next he's possibly reinventing his face. Love him or loathe him, the man keeps us talking. And at the end of the day, isn't that exactly what he wants? Vivica A. Fox, Hollywood icon, timeless beauty, and walking masterclass in staying fabulous. From her breakout roles in the 90s to her red carpet slayage today, Vivica has always turned heads. But let's be real, fans have noticed some tweaks along the way, and the conversation around her cosmetic journey has been just as lively as her career. Vivica's never been one to play coy. She's openly admitted to using Botox and fillers to keep her skin looking fresh and smooth, because let's face it, aging gracefully sometimes comes with a little assist. She's also confirmed having breast augmentation, owning her choices with confidence. But here's the thing, she's always emphasized moderation. In a world where Hollywood can push things to the extreme, Vivica keeps it classy, balancing enhancements with self-care and a killer attitude. Of course, not everyone agrees on the results. Some say she's nailed the perfect balance, while others think she's gone a touch too far. But does Vivica lose sleep over internet opinions? Absolutely not. She's still strutting, still stunning, and still serving up looks like it's an Olympic sport. So what's your take? Flawless evolution or too much Hollywood magic? Drop your thoughts below. If you want to explore the journey with me, please leave number 1 and watch this video until the end. Interesting things are waiting for you in the video. LaToya Jackson, like her legendary siblings, was thrown into the spotlight young, but while her voice and stage presence were undeniable, her evolving appearance soon became the real headline. Over the years, LaToya went under the knife in pursuit of an ever-shifting beauty ideal. Nose jobs, cheek enhancements, chin reshaping, she altered nearly every feature, chasing an elusive perfection that always seemed one surgery away. And then came the most controversial change: skin lightening, sparking debates about beauty standards and internalized pressure. Instead of being recognized for her music, LaToya found herself constantly compared to Michael, with the media reducing her legacy to before and after shots rather than chart-topping hits. Every attempt to reclaim her narrative was overshadowed by whispers about her latest procedure. The industry's obsession with her face eclipsed her talent, making it nearly impossible for her to step out of her brother's shadow. LaToya's journey is a cautionary tale of Hollywood's unforgiving beauty standards and the personal cost of chasing an impossible ideal. But beneath it all, one truth remains: real beauty isn't found in a surgeon's office. It's found in self-acceptance. Kia Shimone Finch, the rapper who gave us My Neck, My Back, and enough unfiltered confidence to last a lifetime. From the moment she hit the scene, she made it clear she was bold, she was unapologetic, and she was here to stay. But while her lyrics have always been raw and in your face, her evolving look has been making just as much noise. Over the years, Kia's transformation has been impossible to ignore. Her Instagram is a highlight reel of reinvention, showcasing everything from bigger lips to enhanced curves that weren't always there. From her natural early days to a more sculpted, trend-forward look, she's gone all in on self-expression. And listen, whether you love it or raise an eyebrow, Kaya has never been one to ask for approval. Fans and critics have plenty to say. Some admire her confidence, others wonder if she's chasing beauty trends. But one thing's for sure: Kia is always in control of Kia. Whether she's making headlines for her music, her opinions, or her latest selfie, she's still commanding attention, proving that reinvention is just another part of the game. Serena Williams, legend, champion, walking history book of tennis dominance. But even with 23 Grand Slam titles and an undeniable impact on sports, the conversation somehow always circles back to her appearance. Whispers about a possible nose job, fillers, and subtle tweaks have fueled speculation, with before and after photos making the rounds. Because apparently, even when you literally redefine athletic excellence, the internet still wants to zoom in on your face. Let's be real. Serena's body is a masterpiece, sculpted by years of relentless training and next-level discipline. Yet like many black women in the public eye, she's been scrutinized at every turn. Too muscular, too feminine, too strong, too soft. The double standards are exhausting. Instead of dissecting every slight change in her appearance, why aren't we talking about the legacy she built, the barriers she shattered, and the generations of athletes she's inspired? Serena has always owned who she is, whether she's serving aces on the court or serving looks off of it. If she's made beauty choices along the way, that's her business. But let's not forget, what truly matters isn't a nose, a cheekbone, or a filler rumor. It's the power, talent, and sheer greatness of Serena Williams. Summer Walker, soulful R&B queen, emotionally unfiltered and never one to sugarcoat anything. From her raw lyrics to her candid personality, she's made a career out of keeping it real. And when it comes to her cosmetic work, no different. Liposuction? Check. BBL? Check. She's talked about it all. No shame, no secrets, no regrets. But while some applaud her honesty, not everyone's here for it. Critics argue she's feeding into unrealistic beauty standards, making it harder for fans to embrace their natural bodies. Others see her openness as refreshing. After all, plenty of celebs get work done, but most act like they woke up flawless. Summer? She's out here saying, yeah, I did it, so what? Love it or question it, she's owning her choices. And maybe that's the bigger takeaway. Whether you go under the knife or rock what you were born with, confidence is the real goal. Summer's journey is just another chapter in the ongoing conversation about body image, self-love, and the pressure to conform. Keek Wyatt, vocal powerhouse, R&B legend, and the definition of raw talent. When she sings, she stops time, effortlessly hitting notes most singers wouldn't even attempt. But while her voice remains unmatched, her evolving look has sparked just as much conversation as her music. Kiki has never been shy about getting work done. From breast augmentations to liposuction, she's openly embraced the changes she feels are right for her. And listen, if it makes her feel good, who are we to judge? Confidence and self-love are the real flex, and Kiki is owning every bit of it. But of course, not everyone is on board. Some fans feel she's losing the natural beauty that made her stand out, while others applaud her for being unapologetically herself. One thing's for sure, Kiki Wyatt isn't defined by aesthetics. The music industry can be brutal, especially for women, but despite personal struggles, industry pressure, and shifting beauty standards, her voice still reigns supreme. Whether she's in the spotlight or simply living her life, Kiki remains an icon, proving that at the end of the day, it's her talent, not her looks, that truly defines her. Kelly Rowland, R&B royalty, fashion icon, and forever our Destiny's Child diva. Over the years, she's served flawless looks, undeniable talent, and a career that's aged like fine wine. But of course, in Hollywood, when your appearance changes even slightly, the rumor mill goes into overdrive. Speculation about nose jobs, fillers, or other enhancements has followed Kelly for years. But here's the thing, she's never confirmed a thing. And honestly, does she even need to? Whether it's natural evolution or a little help here and there, one fact remains. Kelly Rowland is drop-dead gorgeous, period. Instead of dissecting possible procedures, maybe we should be talking about her contributions to music, fashion, and representation in Hollywood. As for those viral before and after photo comparisons floating around, let's not get lost in internet conspiracies. Social media loves a good plastic surgery gone wrong story, but at the end of the day, what matters most is talent, confidence, and how you carry yourself. And Kelly? She's been serving excellence from day one. What do you think? Are people too obsessed with celebrity transformations, or should we just appreciate their glow-up and move on? Tamar Braxton, that powerhouse voice, that infectious energy, that no-holds-barred personality. When she was at the top of her game, it felt like nothing could stop her. But then, something shifted. Fans started noticing subtle changes, a little Botox here, a little filler there, until suddenly, Tamar's look had completely evolved. Her nose, cheekbones, lips, everything seemed different, and social media had thoughts. Fans flooded her comments, begging her to stop, reminding her she was already beautiful. But Tamar, ever the bold, unapologetic diva, did what she wanted. Some believe she was chasing perfection in a world that constantly critiques women, while others argue that she's simply owning her choices, like she always has. The real question is, did the changes impact her career? Some say her music lost its original soul, that the Tamar they fell in love with wasn't just changing her face, but losing her spark. Others insist she's still the same Tamar, louder, prouder, and unbothered. Whatever the case, she's still here, still making headlines, and still commanding attention. The real debate? Is this a glow-up, a cautionary tale, or just another chapter in the Tamar Braxton story? K. Michelle, the voice, the attitude, the raw emotion. When she hit the scene, her voice was smooth as butter, rich as soul food, and packed with the kind of pain and passion that made you feel every note. She had hit after hit, and her star was rising fast, until her look started changing just as quickly. Like many in the industry, K. Michelle found herself caught up in the world of cosmetic enhancements. Breast augmentation, BBL, lip fillers, nose jobs. The list kept growing, and with every procedure, she seemed to drift further from the natural beauty that fans had fallen in love with. The conversation around her shifted. Instead of talking about her powerhouse vocals or emotional lyrics, people were obsessed with her latest transformation. Was it insecurity, industry pressure, or just a personal choice that got out of hand? K. Michelle's story became a cautionary tale, but to her credit, she didn't shy away from it. In a rare move for a celebrity, she later opened up about the complications she faced from her surgeries, especially the dangers of silicone injections, and even took steps to remove them. At the end of the day, talent like hers doesn't fade, no matter how much the face changes. And if there's one thing she's proven, it's that real artistry is about more than just appearances. It's about authenticity. Blac Chyna. She built her career on being the ultimate video vixen, model, and social media queen, whatever she wants to be that day. She built her empire on her looks, her hustle, and her ability to stay in the headlines. So, of course, when it came to enhancements, she didn't just dabble, she went all in. From breasts to butt, nose to lips, even her teeth, Blac Chyna treated her body like a personal renovation project, documenting every tweak on social media. At first, it was all confidence and flaunting. Plumper lips, sculpted curves, an image so perfectly curated it was practically an advertisement for the power of plastic surgery. But then, things took a turn. The transformations kept coming, and suddenly, her face became almost unrecognizable, her body exaggerated to cartoonish proportions. And then, plot twist. Chyna did a full 180. She started removing the implants, dissolving fillers, and embracing a more natural look. She admitted she had gone too far, opening up about the pressures of maintaining aesthetic. Her journey serves as a wild reminder that in the pursuit of perfection, there's a fine line between self-expression and losing yourself. So, was it too much? Or just part of the ever-evolving Blac Chyna reinvention tour? Tyra Banks, the runway queen, the fierce talk show host, the woman who taught us how to smize. She wasn't just a supermodel, she was a movement, one of the first black women to dominate the covers of Sports Illustrated and Victoria's Secret, inspiring young girls everywhere to embrace their natural beauty. So when rumors of cosmetic procedures started swirling, fans were shook. Tyra had built a brand on confidence and authenticity. Seeing her possibly tweak her look felt off. At first, the changes were subtle, a smaller nose, fuller lips, and more sculpted cheekbones. But over time, fans started to notice, and the internet did what the internet does, dissected every inch of her transformation. To be fair, Tyra never completely denied going under the knife. She once admitted to getting a nose job early in her career, saying, "I had bones in my nose that were growing and itching. I could breathe fine, but I did it." Still, her story highlights an uncomfortable truth. Even the most successful, confident women aren't immune to Hollywood's impossible beauty standards. Whether you think her transformation was necessary or unnecessary, one thing's for sure, Tyra will always be that girl, with or without a little nip and tuck. Kenya Moore, Miss USA, reality TV drama queen, and a certified stunner. When she stepped onto the scene, she had flawless skin, a killer smile, and that undeniable pageant charm. But over the years, something shifted. And no, we're not talking about the latest Real Housewives feud. Now, Kenya has always been coy about plastic surgery, never confirming, never denying, just letting the rumors swirl like a perfectly scripted reality TV moment. But let's be honest, the receipts are there. Her cheeks look fuller, her lips more plumped, and her nose? Let's just say it's looking extra refined. Don't get it twisted. She still looks gorgeous, but it's a different kind of glow than the one that won her Miss USA all those years ago. At the end of the day, Kenya doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. She's still a force to be reckoned with, surgery or no surgery. But her journey is a reminder that aging is a privilege, not a problem, and sometimes the best beauty trick is just owning it with confidence. Nene Leakes, the queen of one-liners, the life of the party, and the reality TV star who gave us some of the most iconic moments in Bravo history. From the moment she stepped onto the Real Housewives of Atlanta, she was loud, proud, and absolutely unforgettable. But as the seasons went on, so did her evolution, and not just in fame. Nene was always open about getting work done, even sharing her procedures on the show. A little nip here, a tuck there, nothing too shocking. But then things started getting drastic. A smaller nose, fuller lips, tighter skin. Fans couldn't help but wonder, was she enhancing her look or trying to create a whole new version of Nene? Now let's be clear, there's nothing wrong with wanting to look your best. Hollywood and reality TV can be brutal, especially for women in the spotlight. But Nene's transformation became so dramatic that it raised a bigger question: when does enhancing turn into erasing? Love her, question her choices, or side-eye her latest tweak. One thing's for sure, Nene will always be a star, no matter what face she's rocking. Now you know Wendy Williams keeps it real. And when it comes to plastic surgery, she's never been one to shy away from the conversation. Unlike some celebrities who act like they woke up flawless, Wendy has always been upfront about the work she's had done, from breast implants to liposuction to a tummy tuck. And guess what? She doesn't regret a single thing. But for Wendy, plastic surgery was never about seeking approval from others. It wasn't about trying to meet some impossible Hollywood beauty standard or bowing to the pressure of looking a certain way in front of millions. No, for her, it was about taking control of her own body. It was about feeling comfortable in her skin, boosting her confidence, and making choices that made her happy, not anyone else. And in a world where women, especially those in the public eye, are constantly judged for how they look, that kind of ownership is powerful. Of course, not everyone agrees with her decisions. Some critics argue that plastic surgery promotes unrealistic beauty expectations, while others believe it can be empowering. Wendy has never been the type to let opinions dictate her life. Whether she's spilling the tea on daytime TV, rocking a bold new look, or taking control of her narrative, one thing remains true. She's unapologetically Wendy Williams. And that's exactly what keeps people watching. Zari Hassan, Ugandan business mogul, socialite, and self-proclaimed boss lady. From luxury cars to designer wardrobes, she's always been about the finer things in life. But one thing that sparked just as much conversation as her wealth? Her ever-evolving look. Now let's be clear. Zari has always been a beautiful woman. But over the years, fans have noticed some subtle and not so subtle changes. A more sculpted nose, fuller lips, and a figure that turns heads everywhere she goes. The internet is buzzing with before and after photos, with some people convinced she's had everything from breast implants to liposuction, while others argue it's just good genes and a dedicated fitness regimen. And what does Zari say? Absolutely nothing. She's never confirmed or denied the rumors, leaving fans guessing and talking. Some admire her ability to stay relevant and reinvent herself, while others criticize her for allegedly conforming to Western beauty standards. But here's the real question: does it even matter? In a world obsessed with youth and perfection, Zari has mastered the game, whether through business, beauty, or branding. So has she gone too far, or is she just proving that reinvention is the ultimate power move? Densia, Cameroonian singer, entrepreneur, and, let's be real, a full-blown provocateur. From music to business, she's never been afraid to make a statement, but nothing has been as controversial as her transformation. She went from a rich brown-skinned beauty to nearly porcelain white, and honey, the internet lost its mind. Some saw it as a bold personal choice, while others called it a rejection of her natural beauty and African heritage. The criticism was loud, but Densia, even louder. She clapped back at the haters, defending her skin-lightening journey as a matter of personal preference. But let's be real. This wasn't just about Densia. Her transformation sparked a bigger conversation about beauty standards, self-image, and the intense pressure on Black women to conform to Eurocentric ideals. And the debate didn't stop there. Densia has also been open about other cosmetic enhancements, making her one of the most talked-about figures in the industry. Love her or loathe her, one thing is undeniable: she's got people talking. Her story forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about race, identity, and the extremes some go to for their ideal look. So, is she just another celebrity reinventing herself? Or is this a deeper reflection of society's impossible beauty standards? Either way, Densia has made sure her name will never be forgotten. Nicki Minaj, the queen of rap, the Harajuku Barbie, the Trinidadian American icon who gave us legendary bars, even more legendary wigs, and a body that has had the internet in shambles for over a decade. We're talking curves, the kind that make physics reconsider its own laws. Now let's be real. Nicki's transformation over the years has been a topic, with fans and critics playing a never-ending game of did she, didn't she? From her impossibly snatched waist to that gravity-defying derriere, people have dissected every angle, every outfit, every music video frame like they're solving a national conspiracy. And Nicki, oh, she's never been one to hand out free confirmations. Instead, she's served sass, sidesteps, and the occasional twerk response. Because why explain when you can entertain? Of course, theories abound. Some say it's padding, angles, and a little sprinkle of Photoshop fairy dust. Others are convinced that her hourglass figure was strategically engineered with some surgical assistance. But whatever the case, one thing is for sure: Nicki Minaj changed the game. She made the conversation about body image, beauty standards, and the right to own your look louder than ever. So, what do y'all think? Magic, science, or just a really good tailor? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more celeb deep dives. Let's talk about the supermodel, Naomi Campbell. Not a supermodel. The supermodel. The woman who walked so fiercely in the 90s that runways still have PTSD. The cheekbones, sharper than a designer's cutting scissors. The walk, more powerful than a CEO's boardroom entrance. The attitude, pure, unfiltered supermodel supremacy. Naomi isn't just a model. She's fashion history in motion. From Versace to Chanel, from the pages of Vogue to ruling campaigns well into her 50s. Yes, 50s. She's defying every law of aging, gravity, and logic. And before you ask, no, she doesn't owe you her skincare routine. Naomi has mastered the art of keeping people guessing about her beauty secrets, her private life, and how she still looks like she time-traveled straight from 1995. Now, of course, with great beauty comes great speculation. Has she had work done? Is it genes, greens, or a deal with the universe itself? Naomi has never been one to entertain the chatter, because when you're that legendary, your presence alone is the answer. So, what do we think? Immortal? Just that good? Drop your theories below and don't forget to like, comment, more deep dives into the icons who refuse to age. Toni Braxton, the voice, the elegance, the icon. She's been blessing us with soulful ballads and heartbreak anthems since the 90s, and somehow she still looks just as stunning as she did back in the Unbreak My Heart days. But of course, when you age that gracefully, people start asking questions. Over the years, there have been whispers about a nose job, Botox, and possible fillers. Her nose appears more refined compared to her early career days, leading many to speculate that she may have had a subtle tweak. Her skin, always smooth, always glowing, making some fans wonder if she's had a little extra help from dermatologists or a really good esthetician. Toni, however, has never publicly admitted to any major surgical enhancements. What she has been open about? Taking care of her body, prioritizing self-care, and maintaining her health, especially after being diagnosed with lupus. Whether her youthful look is thanks to good genes, great skincare, or a little touch-up here and there, one thing is for sure. Toni Braxton is still that girl, effortlessly aging like fine wine.